be a few nights ago. Living in a pretty suburban area, with small patches or bushland dotting the place but one particularly large one with a huge creek not too far from my place. Lying in bed when I hear someone letting the dogs out for a midnight piss break, don't take too much notice of it. Not long after, starting to doze off when I hear what I can only describe as a gurgly, yet still human, shriek. Sounded female, but only if said female had screamed whilst simultaneously drinking a glass of water. Wide awake now, confused as fuck, even more alert. Dogs hear it too, hear them bounding towards the fence, barking like they were about to have their final glorious battle. Shortly after the dogs begin barking, hear another strange noise. Started out as a deep sound, which sounded like a mix between Barry White going and one of those doorstop things that make that glorious sound when you flick them. Freak the fuck out even more when after the initial sound, hear the same voice making an sound that is like a mix of a low as fuck seal cry and my ridgeback's bark, each one sounding more and more like the dog's. Grab my knife from next to the bed and run to the back door, hold it open a little and make the come inside whistle, which consists of 3 notes, that our dogs usually obey straight up. Both the dogs come barreling towards the door, the ridgeback runs straight in, but the fucking Jack Russell stops, turns around and starts yapping at the fucking fence where the noises were coming from. Becomes more of a higher pitch, like the 2 barks were being played over each other. Fucking dog come inside dash. Whistle again and tap the knife on the door, hear a small bang on the fence and the Jack Russell hightails it inside, tail firmly between its legs. Slam the door, lock both latches and pull the washing machine out a bit to block the door because fuck taking chances. Check both dogs for injuries, nothing, both seem happy as fuck, like nothing even happened, send them both to bed. Grab a torch and walk around the house, looking out random windows to see if it was some fucker screwing with me. Noon to be seen, half shrug it off and head back to bed, keeping the knife and torch even closer to me now. Laying down, beginning to doze off when I smell what seemed like rotting flesh. Half panic, half calm, considering that for some reason, the local rats like using our pool as a burial ground and we have to constantly fish out bloated rodents. Sit up, prepare to go out and check the pool through the window, when I hear it. Right from outside my bedroom window. I hear the exact same whistle we used to get out dogs to come inside, followed by one singular urf from what sounded like if I opened the curtains, I'd be face to face with whatever made the sound. Lose my shit, grab the knife, call dogs out, grab torch, temporary adrenaline plus anger-fueled bravery, dogs must be feeling it, they're following without question. Sweep the yard, dogs sniffing around like dogs do, check pool, no rats, the fuck? Turn to go back inside, walk towards door, dogs both dart to attention, looking at the area behind the shed, hear a come out from behind. All I hear before bolting for the door, dragging the dogs inside is a grotesque sounding the fuck. Nothing has happened since then, I've checked behind the shed during the day, no signs of anything larger than a dog hiding back there, area is covered in low-hanging vines, so it's irritating as fuck to go through it all. Not the greatest story, I know, but I felt that I should share.
Canadian here, I used to be a commercial fisherman off the coast of Newfoundland. About 5 years ago, me and the crew went off the coast in our fishing boat with a 1-month deadline. We were poor fags and needed the money and it was a dangerous job, but we were willing to take it just to get money in our pockets and food in our bellies. About a week into it, at around 4 a.m. in the morning where half of us were asleep, including me, and the other half were out on deck, there were a few yells for us to wake up and so we got out there quickly. The moon was bright that night like usual, allowing us to see the water, and he was pointing in it. There were literally severed hands in the water, swimming like fish. No arms, no body, no blood coming out of the ends, just living hands. A shoal of them. It had to be some sort of fish, but it was fucking terrifying. There must have been millions. We tried to fish a few of them up, and sure enough, they were some sort of creature that looked exactly like a human hand, except it was black and gray like ash, and in the palm was a large circular mouth with an array of teeth. It even had nails on the fingers. They squirmed around and some of them attempted to climb onto the ship. A few of them got on my poor friend, Jim, and pulled him offshore, and they swarmed him until all we saw were hands writhing in his fresh blood, devouring him. Logically, we had to fucking rush back home, and so we did, all 10 of us. We never set sail in the ocean again. Fuck that shit.
Forest ranger for a large amount of dense wooded forest just north of the US border. 1200. Just signed on to shift. Get a call on the radio for a 10 to 49, missing person, in my area, last seen wearing a sweatshirt, hiking shorts, and a red backpack. Missing for 2 days now, and was just reported. Mount up, fuel up, and head out into the area he was last known to be in. Cruising for about an hour and a half, decide it would be a good idea to start out on foot, as he won't be on any service roads. Notify dispatch to send an additional unit. Wait for a half hour until backup arrives. He's a good guy I enjoy working with. We head up onto a trail that's known for people getting lost, as halfway up it splits and goes further into the woods instead of curving around and heading back out towards the service area. Hiking for an hour, calling out the person's name, keeping an eye out for clues, etc. I wind around a bend and find the remnants of a campsite. Shout out for my partner and the missing gentleman. Partner doesn't come around the corner. GIF. Go back around the corner, partner isn't there. Come up on the radio. Anonymous. Anon, come in. Officer Anon, are you code 4? Nothing. Well fuck. Inspect the campsite, it's fairly recent, about a week, but no new footprints or indents in the mud surrounding the fire pit, except animals. Decide to wait for partner, he may have gotten lost. Try the radio again. Officer Anonymous, this is Anonymous, come in. Are you code 4? Looking around in the trees, listening for any sounds out of the ordinary. Wait for 45 minutes for partner, while walking in a little circle around the campsite. Partner doesn't show up, now I'm a little worried. Go back around the bend in the trail, past the little rock outcropping. Head back the way we came and am looking for any sign of him. As I come up onto a hill, I hear footsteps up ahead of me, boots on the rocky path. Come up on the radio again. Officer Anon, are you code 4? Still nothing on the radio. Dart up ahead to get a good look at whoever is on the trail. Spot a red backpack on the guy. He seems to be walking a little funny, no swing of his arms. Walking almost like a robot. Excuse me, sir. What's your name? I'm 20 feet behind him by this point. Sir. He's still walking like a robot. Hey. He stops, and turns around lighting fast. Are you Herpson McDerpson? He just stares at me. Are you Herpson McDerp, sir? He still doesn't speak, but nods his head. We've been looking for you. Let's head back to the trailhead. After about 40 minutes we reach the trailhead, and my partner's vehicles are still there. Now, I'm going to put you in the back of my truck. You're not under arrest, just so you can relax and catch your breath. Try the radio again. Anon, are you out there, Anon? The radio crackles to life. This is Officer Anon. Yeah, I'm okay. Found the missing person. He's got a broken leg after falling off a small cliff. I've patched him up and we're on our way back to the trailhead. Sorry for not responding, as out of range. Got separated at one of the trail forks. What.avi. Anon, I've got the missing hiker, he's in the back of my truck right now. Silence for 2 minutes. Anon, lock your truck and grab the 12 gauge from my Jeep. Why? Just do it, and don't let it out of your sight. Okay.avi. Unlock his Jeep, grab the 12 gauge and inspect it to see if there's a round in the chamber. Calmly walk over to my truck and peek in the window. Nobody in my truck, and the cage was bent to a severe angle, with my driver's side door open. Oh shit.gif. Swing around the other side of my truck, and peer into the cab. Nothing. Close the door, and climb into the bed, sitting on the roof for the hour and a half of pants shitting terror until my partner got back with the injured hiker. He looks at me. You let it get away? What do you mean by it, Anon? I'll tell you later. I'm back. Talked to my partner today as we were both on the same service road and assigned to the same area. I asked him about that odd incident a month ago. Pulled up next to his Jeep as he's filling out paperwork. Hey Anon. How's the shift so far? A couple idiot kids decided to drink out here, some people having sex, nothing too serious. So, about that incident we had a month ago. I've been trying to figure it out, and it just keeps confusing me. You never exactly told me what it was. Or why you had me lock my truck and grab a shotgun. He clicks his pen, putting it back in his pocket and closes his citation book. Well, it's not something that you need to know about. It would be in your best interests to keep your nose clean of it from now on. Come on, don't scare me with that G-man, secret agent, bullshit. Just explain what you thought it was. He looks at me from just below the brim of his ball cap. It's something that's lived here long before I ever took this job. I used to live in this area, and at night I would always hear my neighbors' voices calling my name, or the family dog barking when the dog was on my bed. Now I'm interested. Dispatch interrupts us with a call about kids shooting animals. Then another call about someone breaking their leg, then patrolling campgrounds and hiking trails. So that's all I got from him today, as we weren't near each other for much of the day. But I'll keep pestering him /x/. No, I'm not a forest ranger. I'm Smokey the Bear that just went north for the summer, to ensure Canadians don't light forest fires when putting out their joints.
This is a genuine story. Everything that happened, I promise, is real and has been giving me nightmares/bad luck ever since. Go hiking last year with friends and brothers. Some park on the border of Indiana and Kentucky called Clifty Falls. Very unfit but love nature, so went anyway. Have a genuinely good time, but 3 hours into hike start to slow down and get separated. Climbing up steep path, can't breathe well. Decided to sit and catch my breath. Group is maybe 7 minutes ahead of me. Alone.jpg. Enjoying view at first, but suddenly everything gets quiet. Like, too quiet. Like when an animal is hunting prey. Shit. All of a sudden I feel weird, like I'm in a dream. Rhythmic vibrations in ground, almost like drumming. Not dehydrated, still have water, can't be in my head. Start speed walking up the steep path in attempt to catch up with group. Ground still vibrating like drum. Stop, nearly have heart attack. What the fuck is that? GIF. See incredibly tall figure with antlers dancing in the trees. Dance is almost ceremonial like, unlike anything I've seen. Had to be at least 10 feet tall. Long slender black body, big hands, tiny eyes. It's just fucking dancing, looking at me. Captivated, but also terrified. Start walking off the path towards it, but feel sudden tap on my shoulder. It's my brother, rest of group not far behind. Everyone is pissed. WTF. Dancing antler fucker is gone, so is drumming. Everyone accuses me of going ahead of the group. Swear it was other way around. Don't mention what the fuck I just saw because they won't take me seriously. Ever since that day I have had bad luck. Lost job, got corona, got in fight with BF, and had to get gallbladder removed. My rabbit is afraid of me. Still hear drumming at night and scratching in the attic. Sketched a pic for y'all. Be me, Leshen. Some hairless apes wander into my territory. One is weak and gets separated. The law of nature demands that the locally dominant predator cull this element from the greater unit for the benefit of the group. But I'm feeling charitable, so instead I decide to fuck with it. Prowl the nearby woods invisible to its conscious senses. Just unstealthy enough to trigger its subconscious prey defense mechanism and make it freak the fuck out. Once it begins to flee, I must pursue. Instead of killing it and ensuring its body is never found, I expose myself to the ape and warp its mind. It reunited with the group, completely disoriented. Almost died of laughter behind a tree. MFW. Link to youtube.com video unavailable.
A dream that turned into sleep paralysis. It was like a demon ripped me out of a dream into real life. It was scary. I'm in a dream, being chased by a scary fucking demon. In some sort of mansion or something, with never-ending hallways, or so it seemed. Door after door, it was just more hallways with doors. Finally one door opens up to a hallway with a desk in it. I ran to it, and tried hiding underneath, but it was too late, demon was behind me. It grabbed my fucking leg and started pulling me down the hallway. That's when I woke up, it felt like my leg was raised in the air and that I was still being dragged. Closed my eyes, I was frozen. I tried yelling for people, but couldn't. All while feeling like my leg was in the air. I don't think it actually was, I don't remember, but I don't think so. I knew what it was, so I didn't panic that bad. It took me like 3 minutes to finally move. Driving around in rural Maine. It's about 11 p.m. Spot something on the side of the road in the tree line. Looks like a gorilla, but gaunt, white and hairless. As I pass, it breaks cover and starts chasing the car. Look in the rear view mirror and it looks like the thing is smiling. Oh hell no, I floor it. Slowly recedes into the night. Swear I can feel its disappointment. Go home and lock the door and windows. Pound several cans of MT. Do and sit on my bed with my shotgun until dawn.
This happened about 6 years ago. Be me. Middle of the day. Studying at home, nobody is in the house with me. Hear a noise behind me, coming from the hallway. I turn around, look through the open door. See a pair of female legs walk past the door down the hall. What.jpg. Spooked, instead of following the legs I take the second door out of the room leading to the outside to catch the person, thief. No one exits the house. No one is in the house. Family returns later that night and I don't say anything to them. Then it gets spookier. Fast forward to last year. Having dinner with the family, I'd moved out at this point. Start sharing stories of our own supernatural experiences. Mum tells us how she saw a pair of legs randomly walk down the hallway while she was at home by herself.
I have a Mexico story. Mom's brother and my dad are driving through the back country. They're of course drug lords, so they're bad people. The car lurches as if they hit something. They keep driving for a while because it's not safe to stop out there. The car is running kind of sluggish now and they figure they ought to stop soon. When they're finally closer to civilization, they get out and check the front of the car. Looking under the front end, they see something bulky underneath it. They go around back of the car and look under. A man is wrapped around the axle, his neck is twisted around so his chin is parallel to the ground. He looks up at them and then the man smiles. They get in the car and burn rubber out of there. They stop later at a gas station and check again. There's nothing underneath this time. B10. Sitting on back deck with my grandma. It's getting to be dusk. Spot 3 or 4 deer in the field behind our house. Grandma, look. As soon as she says, "Oh, aren't they dash?" Huge black shape pounces out of grass and rips up the buck. Grandma says it's probably a coyote or something. Ushers me inside. As we shut the screen door, horrible wailing. Sounds like drawn out dolphin sounds but like at a lower pitch. Grandma locks the doors. Never speaks to me about it when I brought it up. There was always some shit going down at my grandmother's house.
B8. Out hunting with Dad on our neighbor's 150-acre farm. Cutting through a strip of dense hardwood. All of a sudden Dad stops. We come into a circular clearing. I start getting this weird feeling of gloom. Well, this is kinda weird, Anon, isn't it? Yeah, let's keep walking. It starts to get darker all of a sudden. Holding onto his belt loop as we walk out of the circle. Look back and see a dog-like creature weave in and out of the trees. For some reason we never went hunting there again. Sort of doubting there was anything to it, but I'm still fascinated by that circle. It was about 25 feet in diameter.
Innawoods with buddy. 2-week backpacking trip in the woods behind my house. Pack all the essentials. Food, gear, guns. Bring decent firepower because ran into a bear last time. I have M14 and M1911. Buddy has SKS. Hike for about 5 kilometers, then take break to eat, shit, etc. Buddy is unpacking food from bags when I go off to take a shit. Walk a little ways out behind some trees. Staring at the ground while shitting, notice heel print from some sort of boot. Weird, people don't usually hike out here. Tell Buddy about it, we make a few jokes about someone stalking us, and forget about it. We pack our shit and move on. Hike roughly 2.5 to 3 kilometers deeper into the woods. It's starting to get dark, so we decide to make camp for the night. Set up sleeping bags near a fucking giant redwood. Buddy starts making dinner while I set up camp. We have a generally good time, eat, drink a few beers, until we go to sleep. In retrospect, we should have put out the fire before we went to sleep, but we were buzzed and not quite thinking straight. Wake up around 2 a.m. and realize that the fire was still going. Crawl out of sleeping bag and put it out. I sit on my bag for a few minutes, letting my eyes adjust to the darkness, and I start to see something in the distance. I can see a red glowing light through the trees. It takes me a few seconds to realize it's a flare. The thought of the boot print comes back to me and I wake my friend to show him. He says that it's probably just a lost hiker, and that we should pop one of our flares. I take out a flare and light it off. Not a minute later, another flare lights closer to our camp, but in the opposite direction. Another. And another. Soon there is a total of 5 flares of varying intensity and direction. Then all at once, white flares light off next to the red ones. Me and my friend are tactically shitting ourselves at this point. We start to discuss what to do when we hear a loud whiz crack. Bark showers us from the redwood behind us, and is shortly followed by 2 more shots. I grab 1911 from holster and mag dump in the direction I thought the shots came from. We grab our guns and tactically GTFO out of there. Fast forward a week. We hike back out to the spot where we left our gear to check if it's still there. Sleeping bags are tossed aside. Buddy's has strips cut from his. All of our shit from our bags is thrown around. All my extra 7.62 ammo is gone. Notice blood on Buddy's sleeping bag. GTFO. Call cops once back at home. Officer informs us that there have been calls about human hunters in the area. Could have fucking died. Still hike out there regularly. Nothing since.
Being a man who lives right next to the ocean and was a seasonal fisherman, I've had my share of scares out on the open water. Although, one stands out much more than the others. Be me, probably around 12 to 13. Going to our cabin in Innawoods across the water, since that's the only way it's accessible. Be in deep, ocean water. Only land is nearly an hour or so away from us straight ahead, mountains are tall enough to see it though. Suddenly, ocean and water go eerily quiet and still when we stop to do a bit of open water fishing in season. No waves, no ripples, nothing. Make a quick glance over the edge while I'm pulling my line back up. See a weird creature, looked like garbage bags underwater, pretty deep, and making erratic movements, like jitters and constantly circling. Suddenly see it rise, getting much clearer. Deep red eyes, like blood red. Only its humps emerged from the water, black and scaly, a rancid dried decaying fish smell. Long neck, but not like Nessie long, sort of like a horse neck. It was about half the size of the boat, and just glared at me. Yell for my uncle who was with me at the time to see what the fuck this thing is. He's as freaked out as me. Not taking any chances out on the open water, we fucking hightail it out of there. Been out on the water a million times since and not once have I seen anything close to it, even did a bit of research online but still never came up with concrete ideas. It still comes to my mind whenever I pass that particular spot on the way to my cabin. I know this is a woods thread, but I'm gonna relay an on a beach story because, honestly, no one thinks beaches are scary but they are creepy as fuck. Be 12-year-old me. Be at friend's beach house. He lived on the last house on the beach. Next to his house was a big cliff sheer and a reef. We go swimming. Normal swimming shit. Body surfing and stuff. Feel something grabbing my leg. Freak out but figure it's just a fish or some shit. Go back to swimming. Great success. Night descends. Bonfire on the beach. Fuck yeah, s'mores and burgers. Look out into the surf, see some glowing shit swimming around. Look at those cool glowing fish. Think nothing of it. Glows stop. Decide to go for night swim session. Feel the grabbing again, this time I see the glowing thing going around me. Nope. Run out of the water. The glowing stops. Me and my friend both look at each other. Shit is fucked. We go inside the house. Later that night, hear some scraping sounds on the porch like something shuffling around. Also slight bangs on the sides of the house. Probably some birds or crabs or some shit. Next day we swim. Get on surfboards and decide to explore. Go around the reef to other side of the cliff. Go walk around. See abandoned shack on beach. Creepy as shit. It's slowly rotting away. Go inside. Looks like it's stuck in time. Old pictures, furniture, small kitchen. Creepy to the max. Continued, this isn't pasta so it may take a few minutes. Spend rest of the day relaxing. Night descends again. Fuck yeah, s'mores and dogs again. We don't night swim but stay up late talking. See something on the water, dark shadow thing, like someone's on a surfboard paddling around. Think it a guy going for a night paddle. Call out to him. This guy, or thing, or whatever, turns and looks at us, his eyes are glowing. Glowing things arrive on cue. They swim around and go to the shadow guy. Light him up, looks like a glowing thing stop glowing. Thing disappears. WTF. Shadow alien. Creeped out. Can't sleep so we stay in den watching movies. Some of us pass out, me and my buddy stay up chatting. Den looks out at ocean. Look out at the ocean. Can see surf and shoreline easily. Full moon like a lantern. Surf rolls in and then suddenly another. Stands up and starts walk on the beach. Goes to our fire pit, inspecting it or some shit. Do you see that, Anon? Yup. WTF is it? Dunno. Shadow alien fucking coagulates from the surf. The thing walked around a bit then walked back into the surf and disappeared. This shit has fucked me up for a while. It's probably just some crazy fuck who lives in the shack on the other side but the thing didn't look human.
I work at sea. Last month we came into dry dock to carry out refit and repairs. Dry dock is when a ship is brought into a lock, the gates closed, and all the water pumped out, leaving the ship high and dry on the blocks, thus allowing repairs/inspections etc. of the underside of the hull. Next to us was an old military frigate being broken down for scrap. She had arrived about 2 weeks prior to us. Once the frigate was on the blocks and dry, all of the crew left the old girl to her fate. A sad sight, but that's how these things go. Once all the sensitive stuff had been removed, the dock workers were free to go on. The dock foreman, John, went on board first with a camera to take pictures of work areas. He took a couple of hundred all in all. This was one of them. He later sent all of the pics to his boss, who upon seeing this one, called John straight away asking who is the guy with the axe at the edge of the camera flash? John had no idea. He never saw anyone. The area where this picture was taken was in a cross alleyway, deep inside the ship. He was going around with a torch and a camera. When he'd go to take a picture, he would turn off the torch, leaving him in total darkness, snap the shot, turn the torch back on and be on his way. Due to the fact that it was a military vessel, the police were called. A search was carried out but no one was found. There was one way on and off the ship, and that was by a gangway covered by CCTV. You couldn't jump over the side as it was a 25-meter drop onto concrete. No one was seen to leave the ship after John had taken this. I am a skeptic. Maybe it's a trick of the flash reflecting off something, but if you really zoom in you can just make out the fucker's face, ear, collar of his jacket and the fucking axe in a meaty fucking fist. Now it could be John blowing smoke up my ass, but when he was telling the story he seemed genuinely rattled. And the guy in the pic looks nothing any of the other workers we met at the dock. If someone who is handy with cleaning up pictures, I'd be really interested to see what you can pull out of it. And before anyone asks, I'm not going to name the ship or even where she is, as I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have a picture of the innards of a military vessel. This gave me serious goosebumps. Needless to say, I did not go on board for a look.
The ocean has claimed many lives over the years. Traders, sailors, airmen, the list goes on. A boy was riding the ferry to the Scilly Isles, 30 miles off the southwest corner of England. The sea was choppy, and he felt sick. He leaned over the side, sensing that he was about to throw up. Instead, he was horrified to see that the grey water was full of white corpses, some in uniforms, which stared up at him with pure white eyes. Horrified, the boy got up and turned to his parents. They were the same as the people in the water, and so was everyone else on board. The ship stopped just as the boy ran to the bridge. Everyone on board regarded him with dead eyes. As the ship gracefully slipped beneath the waves, the boy realized that the deep was claiming its tax on humanity.